So we're back in Mystery Lake, where we kind of didn't need to double back after all. Turns out there's a blizzard howling outside at my back. I'm about to run out of food, if you look in the lower left, and my only option, ironically, might be the one that I've been avoiding till now. Hello, Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our Against All Odds series, where I really just... part of me just wants to look around here one more time. These wheels can be broken down for a lot of reclaimed wood. That might come in handy for what I'm about to talk about, but...
I think I can use this.
Oh, I think you can, Jennifer. Holy crap. So yeah, remember the cooking oil that I grabbed at the end of the last episode because someone pointed out that I missed it last time? Apparently there was also flour that I missed. So this is one of the benefits of this Tales from the Far Territory update dropping while the series has been ongoing. You know, we've been able to revisit locations that we've already kind of thoroughly scavenged, so to speak, and actually still get away with finding something that furthers our survival. Doesn't happen very often. Long Dark is kind of a game where you go to one location, you take care of all of its resources. For some reason, I'm thinking Agent Smith in The Matrix right now. You know the quote. But you go to all of the areas in a certain zone that can yield any kind of supplies that help keep you alive. Let's get these sticks on there. And then once you consume them, they're gone, you know? See, we can make Bannock's. Okay, I feel better now. That might have just saved me. I do need to let them cook, and also... hang on. I might need to break down some torches. What I was about to have to do, I might be able to keep my stuff on me now, but I still... no. So what I was about to do was kind of look at what I'm carrying and do some inventory drawdown. Because if I'm really going to be on the edge of well-fed, I don't want every episode to be an anxiety fest. Oh, hello. A candy bar.
Needs this anymore.
Has that been there the whole time? I don't want every episode to be kind of an anxiety fest for me or for the viewer, where it's like, okay, are we or are we not going to lose the well-fed bonus, you know? So one of the things that I can do to kind of attenuate that is I can just take a look at what I'm carrying, especially now that we are no longer really going to be in the zones where there are timber wolves, excuse me. Now that that is no longer a factor, I can definitely get rid of some things from my inventory, for sure. All right, so I'm going to continue to make these. I can also make rosehip pies again, although I'm tempted to keep my rosehips for actual teas. All right, so we've got an hour and 5 minutes on here. Let's go ahead and... I've got some torches I can break down too. What else can I break down in here? Probably this... well, no, not that chair. I think the wheels are probably going to be where it's at, actually. So let's do that. That's going to take 49 minutes. Okay. Oh, wow. We only had a few minutes left until those were burned. So, note to self. When you start cooking Bannock's, you've probably got less than an hour. Uh-oh. Also, the fire didn't have very long left on it either. That was lucky, in more than one sense. But yeah, 250 calories for every single one of these gourmet Bannock's. Awesome. We really lucked out here. And I still had some flour from when I was carrying around that previous bag, so that's going to help us finish this up. All right, anything else? I mean, I could break down torches for fuel, but... all right, so those are going to be done in 16 minutes. Tell you what, now that I know that that's something that happens so quickly, let me maximize. I'm going to prep these and then run over and break down that other wheel. Yep. Not long at all. Okay, but now I'm going to add that and continue cooking. Man, I was not expecting the beginning of this episode to go this way. I was preparing for, like, just to have to chop up everything in here to get as much wood as I possibly could, and I was going to go out and I was going to fish. But also, I am going to do some inventory micro momentarily, because I feel like that's the next obvious step. Man, this is fantastic. This is going to completely fill me up, and I'll just be in better shape. So I'm going to have to stay here and cook for a second, but it's worth it. And I might still do some fishing since we're here, because it'd be worth it to get a little bit of practice. But at the same time, like, I do kind of want to keep moving too. So I'll juggle that thought around a little bit while we're getting this stuff cooked. Also, we've got 2 hours, 44 minutes, 12 minutes till this is ready. Let's go ahead and take a look at what I'm carrying. Can't drop anything there. There's an argument for dropping some of these antibiotics. Let's be somewhat organized about this. Because it's not like we're getting rid of them. We're just leaving them in a central location where theoretically we can come back for them later. You know? Okay, so there's that. There's the very heavy water purification tablets that drive everyone crazy. Alright, so we'll deal with the next section of inventory in just a moment. Let's go ahead and keep... Yeah, we still have... I can do this 3 more times. That's 1,500 more calories. That is fan-frickin-tastic. Okay, I think it's probably time to repair the rabbit skin mitts as well. These will take 22 minutes. So let's go ahead and get that done. That will help me lose some of my burden, because I've been carrying that rabbit skin around for a while. Okay. I'm not going to do the rose hip pie. I'd rather just have the Bannocks. Lucky. Holy crap. Okay, so I don't have another cured rabbit pelt on me at the moment. And I knew that. Okay, I do have a lot of salt, and I'm not using the salt for anything, so that might be something I end up dropping, although... This is one of the main things I need to drop. We're not going to be, like I said, we're not going to be in areas with timber wolves anymore, so I'm carrying multiple pounds worth of these flares. These very special flares, and I might keep, like, maybe 3 of them. But I don't need that many marine flares. They don't last that long. Their primary purpose is to help defend against timber wolves. So if I kind of reduce my encumbrance to a point where, like, I'm not feeling that extra weight as much, then I can feel a little bit less anxiety about the well-fed bonus. All right, let's pass time till this is ready. And that's it. That is it. Now, that is, of course, not my skillet there on the fire. So now let's take a moment to see what else I can drop. I don't think I can really drop anything here. I mean, I could maybe drop the water purification tablets, but they're not taking up that much weight at this point. I am carrying a ton of cooking oil. And maybe I don't need all of it. But at the same time, I left it behind before, and I'm kind of happy to have it again. All right, hang on. Let me sort this by condition. I'm going to drop... Well, no. Let's harvest the lower condition torches that I'm carrying for sticks. A little bit less wasteful. There's that. I think still the most bitter thing about this situation, aside from the game throwing everything but the kitchen sink at me in the last few moments of gameplay, is I really did think that maybe there were still some whetstones stored here, and there are just definitely not. So I'll check the other drawers just to make sure I'm not misremembering where I put them. But I'm fairly certain at some point I stored those whetstones here, and then I came back for them during my last time through, and I had forgotten that I grabbed them. So, it is what it is. I can sleep now and regain a good amount of condition. That's the best part about this situation. Okay, well, let's step upstairs. Nothing on the dead guy. As expected. Nothing in the drawers. As expected. Nothing underneath here. Yeah. I've got this one ruined torch, and we've got some wires here on the ground I might as well pick up. The note left behind. Okay. At this point, I just need to rest. I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night. But that's fine. So this is not all the food in the world, but it's enough to keep me from losing the well-fed bonus. And, you know, now that I have this, it might actually be enough for me to actually get well-fed back, because I haven't actually regained well-fed at this moment. But I'm not exactly remembering how much time. No, there might be another day or two. But this might be what I need to get the rest of the way. As long as I can find some additional sources of food, like kill a deer, as I mentioned. Okay, is there anything else? So if I can get below 88, then I'll be real happy. I'm also not carrying a lot of water right now, and that's worth remembering. Yeah, this stuff is taking up a lot of weight. I can drop one of the recycled cans. I also don't need all of these sewing kits that I just picked up when I came back for them. I can probably just have the 4. And I can drop one of these cleaning kits. Okay, so that's getting close. And then, of course, I have a ton of feathers, which I could drop half the feathers here. I could also probably lose half the cloth. Let's transfer that. Okay. That, it's not perfect. And I can also lose that. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better. Okay, so with that being done, and actually, since that fire is still going, let me make some water while I can, because I'm clearly about to run out, and I would hate to waste the remaining time on that fire. I should have already been boiling some, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? There's only 21 minutes left. That's a shame. Let's change that. Okay, there go those sticks, but that's okay. Drink that. And I might still have enough time. No, probably not. Yeah. I was able to get just a little bit more out of that, but now I can sleep for 9 hours and regain a ton of condition. And it will not completely be morning. It'll still be nighttime, but huge improvement over what I thought this episode would be. Okay, so the weather is a little bit better now. Let's go ahead and drink some more water. Yeah, encumbrance-wise, I'm honestly in good shape. If I were to drop some of the cooking stuff that I'm lugging around, that would mostly solve the problem. But I'm close enough to my encumbrance limit that I'd rather keep that and, like, look for something else. Huh, there's the fire striker. I'm not using it anymore, but I might as well use it up before I drop it, you know? Okay. So now I'm just going to pass some time. And then maybe sleep for 2 more hours. There is still passive health recovery. It's very, very slow. But I'm recovering a little bit of health. Just passing time. Because I'm staying healthy. Oh wow, it's still dark in here. Starting to brighten, but it's still dark in here. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm already down to my last 3 of these. It's wild. So I still hear a decent amount of wind outside, which is concerning. I no longer have a spraying risk, though, and that's good. Let's see how things look. Okay. First things first, let's head out here. If I can find a deer, I am highly certain that I've scavenged every single one of these cattails, by the way, so not going to find more cattails, but I might find some more cooking supplies in the fishing huts. And even if a wolf were to come out and, like, say hey to me right now, I'm still going to check for cattails because that's what I do. But even if a wolf were to come out and say hello, I could kill that wolf and have a good amount of meat. So I'm going to try to take advantage of this position while I'm here. Just really trying to check for cattails, but the likelihood that there actually are any is very low. If they're going to be anywhere, they're probably over there, but I've scavenged over there too. And I also think I've scavenged the island over there the last time I was here. I would need to chop a few things up in order to... Oh, there's a deer. That's what I wanted to see. It looks like a demon. Let me step in here real quick. Yeah, so you can definitely tell I've been here before. Okay, interesting that there's just a deer hanging out here and I don't see a single wolf on the ice. I don't know what to make of that. But remember, we can now crouch with this thing. So it's really ideal for these quick bow kills. Now, I'd love to just kind of get in a position where I have well fed. And I have like a full stomach when I leave Mystery Lake and go back in Forlorn Musket. Because there are still things to be scavenged there. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Thank you. Wow. That was rude. Hang on, let me go pick up all my arrows. At least they're going to be in a straight line. Oh, man. All right, there they are. That was fast. All right, so I can hear the wolves. They're not far. Some of them are probably back there. So what I need to do at this point... Honestly, I need the hide off this deer too. So that might be one thing that I go for. But let's just do like a couple of steaks at a time. And I am going to lug it back. It's a bit of a trip, I know. But I want to be able to move with a pretty high degree of confidence. So we're going to do... One of the reasons I didn't harvest more meat is I knew it was getting cold. So as long as the weather holds up, next time I go back I'll be able to get more. I just don't want to lose too much health. I'm going to gain health. I want to regain well-fed.
Goddamn, freezing.
And try and stay below the encumbrance limit, too, so that it's not as big of a deal if I lose it again. A wolf could also come... I heard ptarmigan. There's definitely ptarmigan somewhere around. I don't know exactly where, but it's here. Very obviously here. Okay, I'm actually going to leave this meat here by the door. Not going to cook it just yet because I don't have to. But I do need to warm up for a bit. So I'm just going to get in bed and rest for a couple of hours here. Actually, I'm just going to rest for one. Even though I could rest for longer and regain a bit more condition that way, while the weather is calm. Yeah, this is the right move. 171 days. Nice. While the weather is calm, I want to get as much of this. Yeah, see, if I had slept for another hour, this little flurry that we're seeing right now could have turned into something worse. And it might turn into something worse while I'm grabbing this next round of goodies from the deer carcass. So, good move. It's so surreal to be back here in Mystery Lake this late in the run and just be like casually harvesting a deer kill. Mystery Lake being obviously the first zone. This is where the Long Dark began. And, you know, the kind of look of this area has changed a bit since those days. And, of course, the graphics have changed a lot. But this is the area that we're all the most familiar with. Feels the most like home. That we've played the most in. That we've seen the most content in. Across Twitch, YouTube, whatever other platforms you might use. Mixer, I guess. Rest in peace. Okay. All right, how cold am I is the question. Ooh, okay. So I'm going to get 3 full steaks this time, which is a little bit risky. Okay. I could honestly probably do another one, but I'm gambling a little bit with how stinky I'm getting, knowing that there are wolves probably patrolling toward this area right now. They've been absent from the ice for a while. And again, there is a likelihood that a wolf could come from this direction as well. So I kind of want to play it safe. Also, this is about to turn into a bigger storm. I know it. So this is absolutely gonna get me back well fed. And then I can head back into Forlorn Muskeg. I can make a new hatchet. And then we can head back into Broken Railroad. And then to Forsaken Airfield. And that's going to be fun, because this is the most equipped, also highest difficulty, but the most equipped I have ever been. Actually, come to think of it, last time I was in Forsaken Airfield, it was not on YouTube, but I have been to Forsaken Airfield before. I think I've mentioned that a couple of times, but it's been a while.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
And I think it might have been on an Against All Odds 7 like practice code, like this code or a version of this code, maybe. Okay. So I've stepped back inside. I might even be able to justify picking those flares back up. Now that I think about it. That's a distinct possibility. Okay, same thing. I'm going to sleep for an hour, and I'm going to hope that we don't have a storm. Or at the very least, if it gets windy and nasty, like, maybe it won't be full blizzard yet. That would be nice. Honestly, I'm surprised. I would have thought we'd have a little bit more wind. So this might just be Mystery Lake being one of the calmer zones. And we're accustomed to like Bleak Inlet and Forlorn Muskeg being jerks. So it's a little bit more relaxed here in our home turf. And I can't complain about that. I really can't. I think, honestly, like, the end of the last episode is probably the crankiest I've sounded at the end of an episode or at all in a while, in this series or otherwise. because the game was literally just throwing one thing at me after another. And it's enough to make you go, okay, really? Can you stop? Can you maybe not do that for a bit? Which, of course, that's something that could be tweaked in custom settings. And I might, but, you know, it does make for good drama. It's just that there's a point where high variability gets a little bit ridiculous. And so it's all data, you know, for the future decisions and future custom codes and all of this. And hey, it'll also help those of you watching decide, okay, here comes the storm. It'll help those of you watching decide what kind of code you're most interested in playing with. Okay, so this is where it's going to get colder faster. All right, so that's all of the meat. And I have everything I need inside to cook it. Especially if I use the stove up top, where I have 2 cooking slots, which I will absolutely use. I even have 2 skillets, which I'm actually thinking, is there a difference in cook time? I can't remember if I've checked this in the series before, or in any of the Against All Odds, or Against All Challenges series. I can't recall if there's a difference in cook time between the skillet and the pot. You know, I'm kind of tempted to think, you know, you have a skillet, which is, you know, flat surface designed for cooking, you know, all kinds of things that you would lay flat. And a pot is almost more designed for liquids. So it's like, I wonder if the meat cooks better. You know, I'm really curious. I must know. Or at the very least, I must remind myself. All right, so we drop that, and let's step back inside. And now, first of all, a couple of things. I'm gonna eat this last bannock. Yeah, see, they're already gone. Episode's not even over yet. And they're already gone. Man. All right, hour and 18 minutes. That's a lot of reclaimed wood, though. There's also another chair right down there. We have this table here. This is just 49 minutes. I'll chop this up. I just need to be mindful of my hatchet because, I mean, I do have the ability to sharpen it. I've got 1 whetstone on me, so I might as well use it.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
But that should be enough to cook a lot of the meat, if not all of it. Probably need to chop up a bit more wood. And of course I have an extra whetstone. Forgot about that.
I could eat anything.
Okay, so it seems like I probably need to go ahead and get one of those cooking, don't I? So let's do that. Let's not spend so much time sharpening that I lose sight of the more important goal. Okay, so let's place a skillet and a cooking pot side by side, because I want to know this. And maybe I've already tested it, and for some reason I just can't remember. Okay.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
Of course, I need to go grab some of the meat, so let's do that. It's times like this that I wish that the game would actually show you information. Oh, there's that hook. I think I remember someone pointing that out early in the series. And I just happened to remember as I walked by, like, oh wait, isn't there a hook here? It's times like this that I wish that the game would show you your progress towards well-fed.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
You know? Like, how close are you to it? That'd be nice. If memory serves, I think the cook time on these 2 implements is the same. I don't think that there's a difference, but I just can't recall ever, like, deliberately seeing if there is one. Yeah, it's 32 minutes. So there it is. Question answered. I'm going to need to add more fuel to this fire. Nice. That should be more than enough for all of it. All right, so let's go ahead and pass time till this is ready. Eat that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Can't ask for better. Okay, and we'll go ahead and start cooking the other two. And then I'll go and grab the rest. And we should still have enough after we're done to make plenty of water as well. So we're going to be in really good shape, food-wise, thanks to this one deer. I was not expecting this cozy of an episode. I genuinely thought I was sitting down to like an hour or two of just stress. Let's see. Let's
I'm not
cook.
sure I can carry much more.
That's because you can't. It's a lot of meat. We still got 3 hours, 55 minutes on that fire, which is nice. I do need more water soon, so we'll need to take a look at that. Oh, this is... I guess I can go ahead and eat that. That's a smaller bit of venison. Yeah, I'll need more water soon. I think I want to go ahead and cook the last of the meat, though, first. Because we can use this for the water. There we go. Still have 3 hours, 9 minutes on the fire. Not too bad. And we have all that meat. I think well-fed is pretty much on lock at this point. Let's go ahead and make some water here, too. We've got plenty of time on the fire, so we're going to take advantage of it. I could even use... Honestly, I should have put the other cooking pot back on there. That's what I'll do. Let's go ahead and pass time. 21 minutes. Go ahead and drink that. And I'm going to pick that skillet back up because that is my skillet. And then there we go. We're going to have more water than we know what to do with because there's still plenty of water sitting in the train cars. I don't think I picked all of that up. I think I deliberately left some of it behind, which is pretty nice. So, yeah, I'm just going to use what's left of this fire to make as much water as I can. And not feel bad about it. Potable water. 39 minutes left on the fire. Okay. That's unfortunate. So what we're going to have to do here... Pass time until ready. Yeah. Oh, that actually is potable water. Never mind. For whatever reason, I was reading it as like, it's going to be non-potable when you finish skipping time. But no, that's
Barely walk with this much gear.
totally potable. All right, so at this point... Super easy. Barely an inconvenience. At tip Ryan George. Six hours of sleep. Absolutely glorious. I was just not expecting this. Still have plenty of water. Need to eat a little bit more, but that's fine. And now I can pretty much like start heading back towards Forlorn Muskeg. And I'm honestly just going to take this meat with me because between here and there, like I kind of know where the wolves are. And if a wolf comes at me, I'll just shoot him in the face. You know, like my gear is good enough condition. My health is high enough. Like I can take the hit if a wolf were to get to me, but I don't think they're going to. Yeah, let's pass time now. I hate it. I really do. I hate it. But let's pass time because we're coming up on the end of the episode here, but I want to make sure I've got at least daylight so that the beginning of the next one can be kind of the start of our move back towards the muskeg. Oh, I also need the hide and the guts, ideally. Do I, though? Because I think there's still deer hide up at the hunting lodge. I think I'll just use that. I'm not going to worry about the hide and the guts. Okay, let me now sleep for, I'll say 3 hours. I'll get 2. And we're closing in on the 35-minute mark. So with that, there's a save point. I'm going to go ahead and stop this episode here. My mind is blown. Much better situation after 30 minutes than I thought I would be in, thanks to those, thanks to that bag of flour, first of all, and also thanks to the random deer, which took 4 arrows to kill. But now that we have that, I can start heading back towards Forlorn Muskeg. We will be making a new hatchet, but really just sort of passing through the zone on the way back to Broken Railroad, at which point we can also grab some of the stuff we left there before, and then finally head into some hitherto unvisited territory on the channel, which I'm very, very excited to get to. And of course, before too much longer, we're going to have news on the next zone that branches off into the far territory. So not much to say at the moment other than it's an outdoor strip mine, but we're going to find out more, I think, in the very near future. Stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If you're not new here, look for the join button for access to channel unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes drop every day but Wednesday at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome, so leave your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time.